the lights of peace and hope already lit, now the light of joy follows. Isaiah the prophet, the herald of good tidings, says to us, "And the ransomed of the Lord shall return, and come to Zion with singing and everlasting joy. Joy shall be upon their heads. They shall obtain joy and gladness, and sorrow and sighing shall flee away." God had indeed come to save the Israelites, the people from their long bondage and exile. These people had been shackled, rejected, cast aside, and now they were set free. They were able to come home. This is good news for us too in our time, because the joy that Isaiah is talking about isn't just limited to the Israelites, but it's for all humanity. God in Christ came to save us from our bondage, from sin and death. Interestingly, though, the prophet speaks of joy and gladness in the same breath with sorrow and sighing. These latter words, sorrow and sighing, kind of allude to times of struggles and hardships and darkness that sometimes accompany us during life. He's talking about those things that can rob us of our joy, keep us stuck, and keep us captive in our own bondage. Now, it's true, feeling happiness and experiencing joy would be a lot easier to come by if circumstances in our lives were perfect. But friends, that is not going to happen because life is not perfect. No matter what you may see on Facebook, Instagram, social media, or in the movies, life is not perfect. A wise Christian friend of mine once said, "The truth is that life usually comes with a hooray and then a, oh, no way at the same time. And don't worry, that's because we're human." True inner joy doesn't involve the absence of pain. We all experience pain and hardship along the way, especially in this journey called life, whether it's the loss of someone that we love, broken trust, financial crisis, wayward children, or maybe a health issue, or just a host of a lot of other things. But joy isn't about avoiding the pain that comes into our lives. It's about transforming how we look at it. How can we grow from it? How we might transform our suffering into purpose. We don't want to get stuck or held captive. Remember, we serve a God who gives us beauty from ashes and can bring out joy not just after suffering, but during suffering as well.
Okay.
In closing, I'd like to quote what pastor and theologian Tim Keller says about the gospel. He says, "The gospel is this: we are more sinful and flawed in ourselves than we ever dared believe. Yet, at the very same time, we are more loved and accepted in Jesus Christ than we ever dared hope. Fully known and fully loved, that is the message of the gospel, and that is a great cause for joy in our lives this Advent season. Have a blessed Christmas."